Ladies and gentlemen, turn up. It is Monday Monday over on StockTwits. I hope you guys got your cup of coffee, your latte, your cream smoothies, making sure you guys are all set ready for this amazing week ahead because yes, we are back on one of the greatest websites, one of the greatest communities, one of the greatest places to grow a child. Yes, that is StockTwits.com. Traders, I'm pumped. I'm excited. We are moving into October. We're slowly getting there. We are going into spooky season. Stocktober, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a time. It's going to be a time to dance, a time to party, and a time to head to the bank because we are already locking in some great gains. Today, I've been able to make $503 already over on a DWTX short. So traders, what did I do on this? Let's just get everyone a little bit all caught up to speed. Right now, the number one play that I am watching so far this morning is DWTX. Stock has gone from $6, shot all the way up towards $11, nice $5 rip, and then came crashing right back on down. What I did on my end so far was go DWTX. I got involved on the short side, betting against the company. At $9.23, it fell down towards $8. So that was able to produce a nice little $500 profit. And of course, showing you guys my P&L from 923 back on down to 813, 820, 829. And that's how I was able to make some gains. But right now, DWTX is trying to get some hype. Now, if you're saying, Dek, how did you get involved on this play so quickly? How do you get involved in this play so fast? You guys already know. Again, I got in on this play 1 minute after the news came on out. Well, that's just because I have the news scanner right here. If you guys take a look at 7:15 in the morning, DWTX came on out and it had a 3-star word and had some voice alerts for it. So whenever the word cancer comes on out and also the word treatment comes on out, I hear it. We have voice alerts that come on out and tell you, hey, treatment, cancer. So I saw it instantly. So if you guys are ever seeing again, oh, Dek, you know, you're finding news so quickly, you're posting this news so quickly, you're trading it so quickly, it's because I have these different alerts set for me to be able to get news the moment it comes on out. So again, DWTX came right across the scanner over on Fox Runner. It is again keywords that I like: treatment and cancer. And that's when I saw the stock go on a $5 spike in 1 minute. I said, hey, if this reverses, I'm going to look for a little bit of a short, because I know again some people might be a little confused right now, saying, Dek, you have good news, but you just shorted the play. Why did you do that? Well, because we had a $5 spike in less than 1 minute, a $5 rip and run in less than 1 minute. That's a pretty big move. So I just assumed that there was going to be some profit taking. Now, right now, DWTX is starting to work its way back on up. DWTX is trying to get a little bit of hype. And if we want to, we can look for both sides of this play. Now, let's understand this. What is the press release? It's saying DWTX secures an exclusive worldwide royalty-free license to develop, commercialize SP16 as a treatment for cancer-related pain. Okay, so we do have treatment. That's great. We have cancer. Cancer on treatment's always great. Now, on top of that, we also have a royalty-free license. DWTX is definitely stealing the show right now. Yes, we do have JFB as the #1 top gainer in the stock market. This had a private placement deal over on Friday. Since Friday afternoon, it really has just been fading and falling. Right now, DWTX is kind of stealing the show. Now, what's so great about this play, it is shortable. Notice how there's an S right here. With that S, we don't have to locate any sort of shares, which means we don't need to pay a fee. All we need to do on this is click that sell button, and we're all set, ready to go. We're all set to get ourselves involved. So DWTX, this thing is grinding its way on up, trying to continue to spike and trying to continue to push itself up higher. What do you guys think about this play? Do you guys think we should short it? Do you guys think we should go long on this play? Where would be our stop? Where would be our target? Let's make things easy, okay? If you want to short DWTX, a great starting short area is going to be right around this 940, 950 mark. Now, as you guys can see already, we have hit 940, 950, and that's usually where it reverses. You can see we usually come up somewhere right around 930 to 935 and then start reversing. I would say if we start breaking through that 940, 950 area, there is a great chance that we squeeze up towards around $10. And if we break $10, we can go all the way up towards the pre-market high. Pre-market high is all the way up towards around 1110. So right now, with me taking a look over on DWTX, we initially has gone from $6 all the way up to $11, $11 back down to $7, $7 back up towards around $9. This is the stock that you guys want to be aware of today. This is the stock that you guys want to be trading today. Let's remember something. We do not care in any sort of way if the stock is, a DWTX or ABC or XYZ, we care about volume. We care about volatility. We care about that luxurious, again, curve, baby. What we have right now over on DWTX is we have a hot moving stock that definitely can make me money. So if, again, it's going on $5 rips on the upside, you can buy it. $5 drops on the downside, you can short it. $5 dip buy back on up, you could look for a dip buy. You know what I mean? So the thing is, DWTX, whatever your game plan is, definitely make sure that you guys are just fully aware that right here and at this moment, you might have a new opportunity coming on up. Here comes the potential squeeze or the potential, again, breakout. This is where we have squeeze or breakout. Remember, 935, 940 has kind of been our strong area of resistance. Let's see if we can smack through this and continue to hold. Right now, we just bounced up, trying to break out of this old candle to candle high. And let's see if this is going to be able to continue to push itself on up. Now, Dek, I want to look on the long side. Let's say you're a buyer right now. You just jumped on in. Your most important thing is you want to hold above probably 910. If you start going back underneath, I would say like 925, start going back underneath 910, you go all the way back underneath $9, you're losing a lot of the hype. You're losing a lot of the excitement. You're losing a lot of the traders. Your number one thing right now is you want to hold this line. You notice how we have top resistance, we faded. Top resistance, we just had a good push. You do not want to go back underneath, honestly, like that 930-ish mark. You want to stay above 930. Have buyers stay in control. If you cannot hold 930, there is a great chance that we are going to fade and fall. Let's throw on the VWAP. We'll probably head back on down towards the VWAP area. VWAP's all the way down to 834. Little heads on up, I think we just came out with a new press release as well. A Quantum press release announces results of annual meeting. Hold on, Quantum has been extremely hot recently. So guys, keep your eyes peeled over on QNTM. Did just come out with a press release talking about announces results of an annual general and special meeting on shareholders. Quantum has been a very hot topic recently. So I definitely just want every single trader to just be fully aware of that. Other than that, let's go back over to DWTX. DWTX, guys, as stated before, we are having some issues. Where are the issues? If you go underneath 935. So really right now, it is a back and forth game. It's a little bit of a seesaw game. I'm giving it shorters are in control. So traders, this is a great lesson right now. It really is. And I hope, again, everyone can understand this. Let me, again, show you something I think is extremely important. Every single trader, especially new traders, want to be able to read a level 2. Level 2, it's that left and right, all the different colors, all the numbers moving up and down, and people really don't understand how to be able to read it to be able to get a better sense on which way the stock market is going to be heading. So right now we got DWTX. Now DWTX on the opposite side, we are going to be having the bids. The bids are over here, aka the buyers. These are going to be traders that want to be able to see the stock move itself on up. So as of now, we can get a great sense on who is in control. By which way is this going to hold? Now, we know we came on up towards, again, 933. We got rejected. We came up to 935, 940. We got rejected. We broke 940. Buyers in control. Under 940, sellers are in control. Once you establish that strong area of resistance or that strong area of support, we can now get a sense of who is in control. So right now here, traders, who would you say is in control? I'm going to give it to shorters. Shorters have to be in control right now. We tried to run on up, break above that 935 mark once, got rejected. 935 twice, got rejected. 935 a third time, got rejected. We broke 935. Buyers switched. The mentality switched. Bullishness back underneath 935. Right now, if you're asking who's in control of this play, buyers or shorters, it has to be shorters as long as you're underneath 935. Now, how does that help us? Well, that number one gives us an idea of what number we should watch out for. And number two, we know we don't want to be going against the grain. We know, okay, hey, buyers have one goal right here. Try to get above that 930-ish mark. Now, let's watch this, guys. Let's think about this almost as like two armies going after each other. We have the ask side over here on the right. The right side, these are, again, going to be one army saying we can't let them take our home base of 935. The buyers over here on the left side are saying, guys, we got to keep pushing up towards around that 935. So basically what we have are the shorters are trying to push the numbers on down. The buyers are trying to push the numbers on up. And right now, the shorters are still in control. So shorters, 935 is what they want to hold, but they ultimately want to push them all the way back underneath $9. Let's kill off the confidence. If you're a buyer and you start seeing 890, 880, 870, you're definitely losing a lot of confidence. If you're a buyer, though, and you start seeing 940, 950, you start gaining confidence. Shorters, you guys could be able to do the same exact thing, vice versa. So at this moment here, traders, you understand what you're looking for now out of these two sides. Buyers trying to get it to that price. Shorters are trying to hold them off at 930. Notice we come up to 923 right now, 926, 924, 927. Now it's 930. Now again, buyers are going to try to steal the show here. Can buyers start? Notice again how much more action there is. Look at all the buying volume that's starting to come on through on display. It's starting to get faster. It's starting to get hotter. Why? Because again, shorters are starting to lose. Shorters are trying to take control. Shorters again handling the situation. Shorters are trying to handle the situation right here. We got another 930 touch right at that blue line, getting a little rejected. Hey, we just had buyers kind of storm the castle there for a second. Guess what? We had reinforcements come on in. We pushed them out of it. Guess what? Buyers ain't giving up just yet. Buyers right now coming on up, trying to get that 935, trying to take home base. Buyers are trying to get up towards around that 920 mark. Shorters are pushing them away a little bit. We know what we're watching. We know what we're looking for. Now, again, shorters are trying to dominate a little bit, drop it on down, kill off the buyer confidence. But it's very neat. It's very cool. Once you understand your price points and like what's the main line, that's kind of what I think about a lot when I'm trading. What's the main price point I need? What's the main price point that matters to me? A lot of times traders look at like DWTX and they say, oh, it has good news. Let me just buy it, or let me just short it, or let me just do whatever. I try to always find what's that main price that we have to break to get the explosion, and what's the main price that needs to hold for the stock to be able to come back on down. Once you establish that point, then again, it gets really fun on being able to watch the show, right? We know shorters are in full control right now. We know, again, shorters are winning right now. I don't need to do anything else. Shorters are, again, going to beat this play on down right now. Right? Absolutely. Look at it. It's dropping, it's fading, it's getting ugly because it couldn't break 930. Right? So really nice lesson just to be able to get a better understanding of how the level 2 actually works rather than just looking at this and saying, oh, wow, it's yellow and green and blue. Oh, it's so cool. I love pretty colors. So like this definitely helps establish that main resistance and support line and of course go from there. So always nice to be able to see, hey, guys, if you guys are enjoying this, if you guys are loving it, if you guys are having fun already, make sure you guys smash that thumbs on up. Take a second, smash that thumbs on up over on Stocktwits. Hit that thumbs up if you're watching over on Stocktwits, or if you guys are watching over on Twitter or YouTube, or again, from my home squad over in Tradecaster, so that you guys are all ready to rock and roll. But as of now, still sitting with a $503 gain, ready to go on this day. It is going to be absolutely awesome and absolutely great. So we will continue to watch that 930 mark, and that is still a 100% in play for us as of now. OKLO, what do we have here? OKLO announces price target of $146. OKLO, one of my long-term investment plays. One of the plays that I've been sitting on all the way since April, got in, near that bottom, and, OKLO has been absolutely dominant. Now, OKLO, I definitely have some good things and some bad things about OKLO. Once again, what is OKLO, guys? OKLO, for anyone who does not know right here, is that this is a stock. This is a company that basically is saying, hey, nuclear is going to power the future. Not only is nuclear going to power the future, but SMRs, small modular reactors, are going to power the future. It is going to be more easy to build. It is going to be more efficient than these ginormous nuclear power plants. It's 100% clean energy. It is going to be safe. But as of now, it's not a real thing yet. I do have fears on the future on, let's say, these some of these like cult stocks. All right. Now, again, I'm talking about this while I'm invested in OKLO. I'm invested in OKLO, ladies and gentlemen, but I want to be able to understand both sides. And whereas, again, probably the biggest thing that we can look at, again, quantum computing, right? Quantum computing is probably the hottest trend at this moment. And yes, I am going to call it a trend right now. It is the biggest hype wave at this moment. It is the biggest put your money in and you will make money at this moment. It is go ahead and let's see what's going to be in the next 10 years. I don't care. I'm going to put money in now and be able to make money. I have talked about quantum many times before in the past, and there are two sides of it. So please understand, I will go through both sides. There is the side of bulls on quantum computing. When we take a look over on IONQ and we go back over to a monthly chart and we see IONQ has gone from $6 all the way up to 75, where we can go over to QBTS and we have seen 90 cents all the way up to $27, where we can go over to QUBT and we could see it go from $3 all the way up to $20, where we can go over to RGTI and see that it's gone from $1 up to $31. Guys, quantum computing is turning people into millionaires. Now, why though? Well, Dek, it's the future. Quantum computing, we've seen Meta. We've seen Google. We've seen Microsoft. They're coming out with these quantum computing chips. They're real. We are going to be able to solve every single algorithm within seconds. Things that would take us years to do is going to be done in seconds. Hey, it's a pretty neat promise, isn't it? Now, what's the opposite side? What's the issue? The issue is it's not here. It's not real. Yes, guys. We have seen Microsoft come out with a quantum computing chip that doesn't really answer anything. It doesn't do anything. Yes, we have a real quantum computing chip that has never solved any issues, has never solved any problems. Now remember, hey, don't get mad at me, bulls. I just went over how great quantum was and how much money you're making. At the same time, you have to admit, it's not real yet. Now, the great news is stocks tend to be able to move off of future projections, future thinking. A lot of people are making some big bets right now that quantum will happen. But how long will it stay like this? How long could the stock market stay irrational, right? That's what we want to be thinking about here. Because what if, again, quantum still hasn't made any developments in a year, or maybe 5 years, or maybe 10 years, or maybe 20 years? Are we still going to be able to hold these plays up this high, right? Now, guys, as I said, quantum is a hot trend right now. Quantum is getting a lot of investments. These investments are only going to be able to make the companies be able to progress faster and have more money and generate possible new developments. And that's great. But in this moment, we have even seen the CEO of NVIDIA, come on out and say quantum's at least 20 plus years away. I think he knows more than you and I know. So while I think a lot of people have banked over on quantum and people are making hand over fist money on quantum, I do want to say, be careful. I'm not saying it's garbage. I don't think that in any sort of way. I don't think it's a garbage investment. I don't think it's garbage to think that quantum could be big in the future. But I will say this. Buying RGTI after the stock has gone from 94 cents up towards $31 and we still don't have actual revenue is a little bit scary. Buying IONQ, where this play has gone all the way from $7 all the way up to $77 and we actually don't have a product that solves any problems, is a little bit scary. So I'm sure there's going to be bulls that will make their case and say, hey, Dek, they did this. I understand. Guys, I'm not a quantum hater. I'm saying more things as of safety. I guess I'm thinking more as like the dad parent right now. I'm being more of the mom parent right now. Hey, I'm sure, again, things are going to be fine. But at the same time, if I tell you to go ahead and bring a jacket and you yell at me and say, I don't want to bring a fucking jacket. And I say, well, it might be cold outside. And you say, well, fine, I'll bring a jacket. That's more what it is. It's more, again, you know, you not putting your seatbelt on. I'm sure, again, I'm going to be able to make it to school and be able to drop you off. But I'm going to lean back and say, stick your fucking seatbelt on, you know? So, again, when I take a look over on IONQ at this moment and I see this ginormous spike without any actual product that, again, is solving issues, I'm definitely going to have my fears, okay? I'm definitely going to have my concerns. So I am playing a little mom and dad right now. I just, again... basically at this moment, I have my daughter come on in and say, hey, Dad, this is my brand new boyfriend. And it's a guy and he tatted up and he comes up to me with a cigarette in his mouth and shakes my hand and says, my name's Snake. And he's wearing assless chaps. You know, so I might be a little concerned. All right. So the thing is, that's kind of how I feel about quantum computing. I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned on how high it is with the products they have at this moment, with, again, how far away it is. But at the same time, hey, it's making money. Right? At the same time, hey, it's making money. Now, I'm sure, again, you guys have seen some drama over on Twitter. And, you know, I know Martin, he's a big anti-quantum guy, and I agree with a lot of things that he says. Hey, let's go back over towards, again, DWTX. DWTX right here. This play, what do we have? DWTX right now. We do have this coming back up to 930. Now, we know one thing right here. 930 is not going to be easy to break. Can we be able to get back above that 930 area? 930 is going to be the mark that we are going to want to be focusing on. 930 is going to be the area that we're going to be looking at. So 930, still, again, another touch. Now, traders, hey, Dek, this is a shortable play. Could I short this at 9:30 and just, go right back down towards $9? Absolutely, you could be able to do that, right? So I definitely want to make sure that every single person is aware of this here. DWTX looking for that 9:30 break. Now, what I am seeing, which could lead towards a squeeze in the next few moments, is this little downtrend. You guys see this little downtrend right here? If I would say, it comes back on down towards 9:30. If we can be able to start breaking that 9:30 mark with this downtrend, there could be that rip and run up towards $10 plus. It is a scary buy to buy at resistance. I am usually a person now that tries my absolute hardest to make sure that no one is buying at resistance. I have seen way more success in my life doing what? Saying to myself, hey, let me do this, traders. When I first started stock trading, I would do this. Here's a stock. And what would happen? I would say, hey guys, stock's coming up towards the high of the day. Let's say 9:30. Let's buy it at 9:30. Buying at 9:30, that's a loss. Hey, let's buy it at 9:30. Buying at 9:30 led to a loss. It would be like, again, you entering right here, or right here, or right here, or right here, or right here. Yes, at some point, we could easily come up to 9:30 and get the squeeze in the breakout. But it's very difficult to know when that one is going to happen. In most cases, we hit and we fall. Where's always the safer entry? The safer entry, in most cases, is going to be at the bottom right here. And going to be at the bottom. Because the thing is, if you buy at the bottom, or if you buy in the dip, or if you buy, let's say, down here at 840 or 850, you do have that awesome opportunity where you only have upside. You could get rejected at resistance and you're still going to make money. I have found way more success in my stock trading by saying, hey, Dek, I'm going to go ahead and look for dip buys rather than breakouts. And I'd rather, again, look for shorts at resistance rather than looking for kind of new highs. So right now at this moment, we do have DWTX trying to squeeze, trying to break on out, trying to snap this downtrend. We are still hitting this 9:30 mark another time here. And let's see, can we be able to get that pop in that next leg on up? Basically, at this moment, we have 840 as our bottom support, and we do have 9:30 as that top resistance area. It's still, again, testing. The stock is shortable. You can go ahead and click short on this play right now if you guys are interested on it. But you could see top resistance, top resistance, top resistance, all around 9:30. If we can start breaking 950, we could start getting a little carried away. Stock could start going on that next leg. Stock could start going on that next move. So I'm not saying you can't buy if you start snapping 940 or so, but just always have that quick stop loss in case we ever do start turning and dumping. Right now, here comes again 945, 950. Can we squeeze here? Can we squeeze? This is where, again, what we want to see happen is shorts start covering their positions. Shorts start getting out. That makes the stock go up higher. Guys, it looks like we are getting a squeeze. Guys, there's a squeeze. Look at the level 2. Oh, baby, look at the level 2. Guys, remember when we talked about, again, over before when we were saying, hey, we have the two armies. We just broke through 930, and we just absolutely stormed their home base right there. Right, that's basically what just happened. DWTX just went absolutely bonkers right there, breaking 930. Let's see if this is going to be able to continue to move on up. Got it towards around that 1036 mark. Upper shadow, $10 going to be holding up as some strong resistance. Buyers are in control right now. Dek, let's kind of find our new support, new resistance. Next resistance line, up near around $11. Okay, next resistance line, up towards $11. Dek, what's support at this moment? Probably back on down towards around 980. If we can hold $10, there's a chance that we spike back up towards 11 bucks right here. Upper shadows, though, definitely could lead towards some selling. We definitely want to see if we can break $10 and kind of get that next leg. Just a little heads on up. I am not in on this play. I'm still chilling with my $500 in profit from earlier. So $500 in profit from earlier. If we get up towards like 1080, I'll probably look for a quick little short just because I think, we'll have some rejection right around $11. So anything above 1060, I'll probably look for, again, some small entries on shorts for an $11 stop loss. But right now, that was a great little spike, great little move right now over on DWTX. Dek, Reese goes, Dek, have you ever noticed that easy to borrow shares have more explosive short squeeze versus ones that need locates? So that's an absolutely great, great observation right there, right? And I want you guys to understand exactly what Reese is talking about. So Reese is saying, hey, Dek, I've noticed that sometimes when a stock does not have any fee to short it, where we can just go right here and, you can just click short and you're going to be able to go against this play, the stocks have more short squeezes. Now, why is that? Well, the reason that happens is, let's say again, let's just kind of type out 930 right here. So here's the 930 price point. When every single person can short, we have people shorting a few times at 930 on the first hit. And then when it comes back on up again, there's the first hit at 930. And when it comes back up again, guess what? We have more people shorting, right here at 930. And now let's say it comes on up again. And now we have more people shorting at 930 because it's free, right? There's no fee for it. So everyone starts shorting. So we not only have these people shorting, we also have some of these people shorting and then some of these people shorting. So guess what happens when we finally break out of this resistance line? What happens when we break out at 930? Every single one of these people all cover their shares at the same time. When you cover your shares, you get out of your position, which makes the stock go up higher. So just like when you sell a stock, the stock slightly goes down. When a shorter gets out of the play, it slightly goes up. So not only is the stock going up because of buyers, but the stock is also going up because people are getting out of their shorts, which is why, again, when you have an easily accessible share to short or a stock to short here, the stock could be able to get better short squeezes because there's more shorts covering at the same time. So DWTX right here, trying to still get that next leg, still trying to squeeze on up towards around $11 at this time over on this play. Little heads on up for every single person. If you're saying, Dek, I don't have shares available to short, make sure you guys are using Cobra trading. Cobra, just little heads on up. If you guys sign up with this Cobra link, you guys will get 1 month of 0 commission fees in any sort of way. Then on top of that, you get 50% off commissions for life, and you also get 1 free month of software use. If you have $25,000 or above, you can use Cobra. If you have less than $25,000, you guys can use Venom trading. So again, Venom's like the baby to Cobra. Cobra is what I use and how I short plays every single day. If you guys want the deals, 50% off for life, 1 month, I'm going to post that over in the YouTube chat so that you guys have that and you guys are all good. All right. So let's see what we have here. Let's see what's coming on up. Let's get ready for, again, that next possible move. Right now here, traders, we are all set. Looking for buying volume, looking for a hype. We got, what, 8 o'clock right now, guys? 8 o'clock. Got some brand new hot news coming out right here. We do have quantum news. Quantum news over on LASE. We'll see if LASE gets some hype. A lot of news coming out right now. A lot of phase news, cancer news, ELTX. Let's just see if we can find that next spike. If not, guys, all buying volume is still going over to DWTX right now. I just want to see if there's anything fresh and new. INMB came out with phase 2 trials on Alzheimer's, trying to get a little bit of hype. KALA, want to see if that one's going to be able to spike its way back on up. Right now, traders, it doesn't seem like there's anything ginormous at 8 o'clock just yet, but we are going to stay ready for it. Obviously, the best press release of today was DWTX. DWTX came out at 7:15 in the morning, so that one came on out about 45 minutes ago. And right now, traders, DWTX is still building on up higher lows. So still building on up, higher lows, still looking absolutely fantastic. And Dek, are you going to short this play? I am not right now. I am not going to short this right now. It is still just looking too strong. I want to see if there's anything at the 8 o'clock press release wave. Doesn't seem like there's any big percentage movers, which is absolutely fine because that's just going to bring more attention over to DWTX. DWTX is about to come up to a very strong resistance area right now of $11. $11, strong resistance. $11, main area that we want to continue to keep our eyes peeled on. So $11, definitely a strong resistance line, but I am not shorting right now. I just think it looks too strong. There's too much buying volume. There's too much hype at this moment. Right now, DWTX still looking pretty good here. Where all hype is currently at, traders. All right, so DWTX, we just got that touch of 11.08. If you are interested in a short at $11, that's fine, but just don't let it break $11. You know what I mean? We know that this is going to be the next main resistance line. Top resistance right here, 11.05. Stock's been squeezing its way on up, back up towards around this 11.05 mark. On top of that, you guys can see we do have higher lows. These higher lows, this uptrend is leading towards the stock to potentially do what? To squeeze again. Now, that does not mean it's going to squeeze right now at this instant. This does not mean it's going to squeeze right now at this moment. But what I will say right, is when we take a look over on DWTX, what can you guys like, what's the pattern that I see? I see that we do have top resistance going across the board. Then we also do have bottom support building higher lows, and that's going to lead towards this wedge. Most likely the pattern that's going to occur in the future would be spike, drop, until it gets tighter and tighter and tighter, possibly gets its next a breakout. So we establish resistance at $11, move back up towards $11. Next possible dip buy would be somewhere back in around 960. So if you could get a possible dip buy around 950, 960, that could be absolutely great. That's not only with the uptrend, but that's also right next to the VWAP area. So limit order. Where could some great limit orders be right now? 250 shares, 960. 250 shares, 950. 250 shares, 940. 250 shares, 930. I'm just kind of spreading out a lot of entries all the way from 960 to 920, all the way down towards 910, just in case we ever get a nice dip. I'm going to see if we can bounce right back on up. So right now, traders, I do have one trade today. I'm up $503 on the day. I would say if we can get a pullback and try to have an overall cost basis right around 940, that would be the next place for a dip buy. Now, if we take a screenshot over on DWTX at this moment, you guys will be able to see the same exact thing that I'm looking for. I'm essentially looking for bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, and the next upcoming bounce play on the uptrend and the VWAP area. We might, just because if we have let's say a lot of selling, we could slightly go underneath it for a second, but I do think it would be a long lower shadow to just bounce back on up, which is why I have entries spread on out. Entries spread on out all the way. 960, 950, 940, 930, 910, 910, or excuse me, 920, 910, and trying to get that best overall dip. So let's see if we can keep going lower. Let's see if we can keep on fading and then get that bounce back on up above $10. If you don't feel comfortable yet, you can wait until probably 940 to get that best entry. DWTX, I did just get filled on 250 shares at the price of 960. So first little entry did just get filled. Little heads on up. Only 250 shares, but I will say, if this thing can bounce right back up towards $10 and I can make a free $100, I'll take it. I can just re-add, as it comes back on down. So if I can make a free $100 with 250 shares, push myself up almost $600 on the day, I will do that. Little bit of spike, 990. Guys, we're up $70 right here, $75, 990 at this moment, 993. Oh, it's trying to get a little hype. And again, this is a small trade. Right? It's a smaller trade right now. I still think we have room to fall, so I don't mind taking some gains on this play if we can just bounce back on up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to just take those gains right now of $72. You know what? Push myself up $572. Again, very small, very light. I did get filled at 960. It wasn't my full position, but I'm going to wait until we keep coming back on down. Keep trying to come back on down towards that VWAP area. Keep getting filled on lower lows. The low $9 mark is what I want next. So again, why did I take my gains? Just because I think we're going to keep going down a little bit lower. So again, I want to take my gains a little up high next to the $9.90, $10 mark. Take a free $72. I would rather win a free $72 than lose $72, push myself up a little bit more. As of now, no more entries at this time, but I do have entries in the low $9, $9.40, $9.30, $9.20, $9.10, that area, in case we ever do get that quick little pullback and we do get that quick little drop. So far, amazing work. And if you guys did get that short around $11, congratulations. You guys crush it. You guys do everything. As always, team, I will always be trading live in front of you. I'm always going to show my entries, show my alerts, show my live P&Ls. That's the whole point of why you guys are here. You guys are here to be able to learn. And how do you learn? Probably by 99% of people by visual, right? No one learns from probably this. No one learns from someone hiding their face. No one learns from not showing P&Ls. And no one learns from you just saying in the background, hey guys, I just made a whole bunch of money. Did you as well? I'm up $1 million. All right, guys. So as always, let's make sure again we're always doing everything live in front of us, showing the live P&L, being able to break it on down step by step, going over everything in full clarity. DWTX trying to hold this uptrend right now. DWTX trying to hold this uptrend. Now, stock trading can become very easy. Now that we're getting this little bounce play at this moment, team, we can make stock trading very easy. Deck, how do we do that? Let's go ahead and take a nice screenshot off this at the moment. We can go over towards Oh, I don't even need to take a screenshot. Excuse me. I could just go right here. And let's just type this on out. Anything that is above that purple line is bullish. So remember how we were reading the level 2 before? Remember how we were saying before, hey guys, as long as you are above 930, we're considered bullish, right? It's the same exact thing with this uptrend right now. Now, if we go underneath the uptrend, if we start getting weaker, start fading, start dropping, anything that's underneath that area is bearish. So this is where we start dropping. This is where we start fading. And again, I would like to put it kind of like right there where you guys could see bear. But understand it does say fully bearish. It just won't all fit. But yes, anything underneath that area is where we are more considered bearish. So in other words, if you guys stay above the purple line, you guys can keep looking for buys. You guys can keep looking for longs. You guys can keep looking for dip buys. If you guys are going underneath this line, let's say underneath the line of 960 or so, you could easily start heading down towards bears. So you guys do have a couple key lines of support right now, right? What are the key lines of support? Key line support number 1, uptrend 975, VWAP 947. And then let's also not forget, we do still have our 930 area, guys. We still do have 930. 930, that very tough area from before, which was very nice support and very nice resistance, that's still 100% going to stay into play. So these are all things that we want to continue to keep our eyes peeled to see if we are going to be able to move ourselves on up even more. So we got dip buy, dip buy, dip buy, dip buy, still trying to hold itself on up. Guys, if this starts cracking, though, there's a chance that we fall back on down towards the VWAP area. Buyers are trying to surround this area of like 975. They really want to try to hold 975. You start going into 960s, 950s, things could be getting a little bit ugly just because you are cracking that trend line. Regardless, you still have VWAP support. You still have 930 support. So far in my day, I'm sitting with a $575 profit, and that was from earlier today as well. Now, again, this is why it's so important, traders, to be awake early. There are people right now, it's 8 o'clock where I live over on the East Coast, and I understand if you're in California at this moment, it's 5 a.m. But how great is it if you guys have already traded? And hold on a second, we just had a Solana press release come on out. HSDT guys just came out with a Solana press release. HSDT, a corporate name to Solana company with letter of Solana Foundation. We might have HSDT with a little bit of hype right now. HSDT just came on out. His corporate name changed to Oh, hold on. I like this. Look how crazy this is. A treasury company, Helios, HSDT, announces that they are going to change their name to Solana Company for a letter of intent for Solana Foundation. So basically, HSDT is going to change their name to the Solana Company. Okay. So basically, traders, people are trying to take advantage so much of the cryptocurrency news, of cryptocurrency hype, of cryptocurrency excitement, that we're having just companies change their name, just be like, we're no longer HSDT. We're going to change our name to Solana. Okay. Hey, that has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Hey guys, we're going to change, that's like Stocktwits being like, guys, we're no longer going to be called Stocktwits. We're going to be called the Bitcoin Company, right? It's like, okay, I guess maybe that could work. But, the thing that you always want to understand is what? News equals volume. Volume equals activity. Activity equals profit. People need a reason to buy plays. When you give them a reason, that's when people are investing. Same exact thing when we scroll on down to this morning. This morning, DWTX. Do you think DWTX just spiked out of nowhere just because of thin air? Do you think people just said, oh, I'm going to wake up and buy DWTX? No. DWTX came out with news at 7:15 saying what? That they have this brand new treatment for cancer. They have an exclusive worldwide royalty-free license to be able to come out with the treatment for cancer. And DWTX, a 3-star press release with the words treatment, phase, cancer. And again, if you're awake, you could be done on the day. Now, traders, obviously, I live stream all day. I live stream throughout the morning. I talk about these plays. I go over absolutely everything I can, right? But a lot of times, guess what? If I wasn't live streaming, if I wasn't, again, doing this job every day, guess what I'd be doing right now? Probably head back to bed, 8:12 in the morning right now. Maybe if I had a 9-to-5 job, I'd go to that coming on up. Maybe, again, I'd go outside and play golf. Who knows? But this is the beautiful thing about stock trading. The beautiful thing about stock trading is people miss out on one of the hottest opportunities, and that's pre-market every day. We have news that comes out at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. When you guys, again, are aware of the news, and sometimes every 15 minutes, such as 7:15 or 7:45, 8:15, 8:45, when you're aware of that hot news, you could be watching the news scanner. You see, again, the news come on out, you can buy right away. You buy right away, you can make all that money. So again, DWTX on that first initial spike or that first bounce play or that run up, or possibly what could be coming up right now where we do have a little bit of a short right around the corner, right? So you definitely always want to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to go, aware of all the best moves and of the next ripping and running spikes and climbs. So very important for everyone. As always, guys, I gave you guys my Cobra broker, but if you guys do not as well, the new scanner that I use every single morning on how I get all the news so quickly is over on Fox Runner. So I will, again, drop this link for you guys over in the chat room so that you guys have that as well. So if you guys don't have that free 30-day pass over on Fox Runner, there is a free version as well. And you guys can actually type in the word Foxy for 30% off as well. So make sure you guys go check that on out. So I gave you guys my link for my broker, which is Cobra. And then on top of that, Foxy, 30% off over on Fox Runner, so you guys always get all the hot news the moment it comes on out. Now, right now, we got DWTX on high watch and high alert, looking for that next possible move. I also do want to throw this out here, traders. For anyone who does not know, we are only at this point 4 days away from the New York City rooftop trader takeover. So yes, guys, every single person, you're invited. Yes, you right there. Yeah, you're invited at this moment to come on out to New York City this Thursday. We are, again, not selling tickets for this. This is not something I'm sitting there and selling, again, a $1,000 ticket for. We thought, we got some traders together and we said, hey, why don't we just have an event where we don't charge anything? If anything, we pay for people's drinks, we pay for people's food. Let's have it in the world's biggest city where, again, tons of people can be able to come. And let's just set up a night where we can just rent out a rooftop. Everyone that comes is going to be investors, option traders, day traders, press release and pre-market, Forex traders, crypto. So the thing is, this Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, we will be at 2:30 in the 5th rooftop. We are going to be giving away wristbands. We have about 100 wristbands that we're going to give away for free food and free drinks. We are not charging anything whatsoever. There might be a cover charge of like $20 to get on the rooftop. But other than that, we just want to be able to set up a networking event. Free pop-up rooftop New York City takeover this Thursday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The weather looks is going to be absolutely beautiful. And again, fall time New York City. Woo! It's going to be amazing. So I cannot wait to see you guys there this upcoming Thursday. We got Cobra trading, Katy Perry, which you guys probably know from StockTwits, myself, Day Trade Professor, Wolf Financial, and Justin Weirland from TradePath AI. We also have a few other, again, big names coming on up as well, but that's going to be fun. So I will be in New York City all day on Thursday. I'm actually going to the New York Stock Exchange on Thursday and being part of the opening bell. You guys may have seen I was part of the closing bell at the NASDAQ about 3 weeks ago, but I was invited to be able to go out to the New York Stock Exchange for the opening bell. Now, no, I am not ringing the opening bell, but I will be there for the, kind of just off to the side clapping, saying, you ring that bell. Fucking ring it. Let's go. So it's going to be still a great time. Thursday, I'll be in New York City all day. I hope to see you again later that night. Now, we got DWTX trying to hold on up. DWTX. Stock's getting a little bit weaker at this time. Is this play going to start cracking? That's the thing. DWTX, is this play going to start cracking underneath the VWAP? Traders, again, you can see. And what do we know? We know 930. That old 930 resistance line is going to be some sort of support. This is going to be very tough to short right now. And I think it's going to be a very, not a big dip buy, but I think it's going to be like, I think we're going to have annoyance for like the next 30 minutes. If you're looking for a dip buy, it's going to bounce back up to 960 and fall back down to 930, and then go down to 925 and then bounce back up to 950, and then go up to 950 and fall back down to 930. I think we're going to have kind of a little bit of an annoying area for the next kind of 15 to 20 minutes until we get a break, just because I think we will get little cracks and it'll bounce right back on up. Then it's going to bounce back on up and come back down to 930. 930 is like gravity. I think we're going to keep getting attracted to it in every single way. But yes, if you had to sit here and say, hey, Deck, who is in control right now? Buyers or sellers? Right now, I'm giving it to the shorters. Right now, I am giving it to the sellers. Right now, I am saying, hey, there is more opportunity on the short side than on the long side right now. But we can wait for that 8:30 press release wave. I hope everyone is having an absolutely fantastic Money Monday. I hope you guys are fired on up, and I hope you guys are ready to rock and roll, man. It is an absolutely a beautiful fall day. We got Stocktober right around the corner. Yes, traders, in the matter of, 2 days, we're kicking on off with Stocktober. One of the hottest times to be able to trade. One of my favorite months. I love the fall. I love football. I love golfing. I like Halloween. Good time. We got spooky season, spooky stock season, spooky stock shorting season, spooky stock shorting season with a whole bunch of success, spooky stock shorting season with a lot of success with, again, Sean Dekmar. That's as far as I can take that. DWTX right now still just sitting right around that 930-ish mark, 918 in the market. Something I always like to do during this time as well. Head on over to CNBC. Let's see if there's anything big, any sort of wild news we should be aware of. EA going private in a deal that will pay shareholders $210 a share. Pretty cool. Cleveland Fed's hammock warns of challenging time amid inflation worries. Trump threatens mass firings on federal workers and shutdown isn't averted. So again, a little heads on up for anyone who does not know, there is a possible shutdown that is looming. So what we have here is, let's scroll on down towards this. There is a possible shutdown here, and that is, are we close to a government shutdown? So the U.S. federal government is on the brink of a partial shutdown as of September 28th. We are set to, funding set to expire at midnight of September 30th. So traders, I do want to let you guys know, I read through this earlier, is that we have these a lot where, let's say the left and the right, Democrats and Republicans, just don't agree on a certain thing. And if they don't agree on it by a certain date, we do have a government shutdown. Now that sounds a lot worse than what usually happens. So what we have here is this would mark the 15th such event since 1981 if Congress fails to act, potentially affecting hundreds of thousands of federal workers, national parks, and service-like area travel and court operations. The White House and congressional leaders are escalating rhetoric with President Trump canceling negotiations with Democrats, making a resolution increasingly unlikely without a last-minute intervention. So basically, if you guys want to read more into it, we have what the Republicans want out of this, what the Democrats want out of this. So what will happen, or what has happened in the past with government shutdowns? Since 1976, there has been 22 U.S. government shutdowns, but only 4 lasted more than 1 day, totaling about 100 days of disruption. Markets have overwhelmingly treated them as non-events with minimal lasting impact. So I know you might hear on CNBC today, we have government shutdown or whatever it may be. It's not that big, right? So the investors kind of see it more as, hey, it's not anything that's like too crazy for us. Little heads on up. I just heard a voice alert. WIMO, quantum voice alert just came out now. Lays out the research for distributed quantum based on cross optics. So quantum's one of my key words right now. Let me again type out WIMI. Is this one starting to spike at all? No spike on WIMI. So no spike right there, but I just always wanted to be aware. Quantum's one of those hot keywords at this moment. So that is one of those plays that I definitely just want you guys to be aware of. Also, some pretty good stuff right here. For anyone who does not know, you guys can head on over here, click news alerts, scroll on down to the bottom. It says these are the best stocks on the S&P 500 year to date. So just a heads up, I know a lot of people probably don't even know this, but it's like, what can you guys tell me? What are the top 10 best stocks so far this year in 2025? Well, as you guys can see, we have Hood, STX, Palantir, WDC, NEM, App, MU, GEV, ORCL. So it's always great. And I feel like a lot of people don't know what are the best stocks so far this year. So here's an entire list of the best stocks so far this year. Here's again, best stocks that are cult-like stocks. What does that mean? What does cult-like stocks mean? These are again that have super strong following. Like, do you guys understand? There's plays like Tesla. Tesla, there are people that will buy Tesla and die by Tesla. They bought Tesla and say, I will never sell it. Whatever Elon does is right. Same exact thing like GameStop, right? I will never sell game. Those are like cult-like stocks. So again, there are some other ones here that you guys can be able to go ahead and check on out. And then we also have quantum computing stocks that have done very great so far this year as well. So we do have a lot coming up. Now, for anyone who does not know, also, we do have Tesla this week with some big numbers. Traders, take a look at this. Tesla bulls are excited for the week. Tesla deliveries are due, but this is the big news for Tesla bulls. Tesla will report third quarter deliveries and production figures on Thursday, but the EV giant's biggest news of the week is promised release of the latest version of the self-driving cars. Tesla stock has been surging in recent weeks on self-driving optimism. Shares rose slightly early on Monday. So team, This is right now what a lot of people are excited about. People are excited that Tesla is currently sitting right next to record highs, and we are about to come on out with a brand new self-driving vehicle. Team, what does Elon like to do? If you guys take a step back here, right, and you guys take a look at what we actually want out of Tesla, Tesla went crazy. All right. And this is what makes stocks go crazy. And I'll tell you guys this right now, and you guys can think outside the box a little bit. But what makes stocks go crazy? Stocks go crazy when we see things that have never been done before. So I know it doesn't seem like it, especially if you guys are just joining the stock trading game, but 2019 was the first time about 6 years ago that we saw electric vehicles on the road. I know nowadays it's normal to see an electric vehicle or to see a Tesla. It's like, yeah, there goes a Tesla. But 6 years ago, it was not normal. And Tesla absolutely exploded when they became the first to actual mass produce EV cars. We're mass producing electric vehicles to the public. This was something that was never done before. And that's why Tesla went on this absolutely insane rip. Imagine getting involved over on Tesla back when it was at $20 before it spiked all the way up to $415. This is why Tesla went crazy. Do you guys realize the last like 2 years, 2023, 2024, it was all about EV, 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 EV. It used to all be about not EV, AI, right? AI. It used to all be about EV, right? We used to have Tesla, EV, batteries, EV, other car companies, EV. You say the word electric vehicle, you went on a crazy spiking rip and run. Now, it's the same exact thing we can apply over on NVIDIA. Why did NVIDIA go so crazy? Well, because again, we're making AI, something that we've never seen before, something that never we couldn't even wrap our mind behind before. Now it's an actual reality. So the thing is, when we have something that's brand new, that's mass produced to the public, that makes people excited, the company that is basically the leader who started it are the ones that have generational wealth, the ones that turn people from thousandaires to 100,000 into multimillionaires. So Elon is trying to get ready for that next possible ginormous rip and run, that next possible ginormous spike, that next possible, hey, let's try to change the game with fully self-driving vehicles. Now, guys, there's a lot of different things that could possibly change the game, right? In what way? Do you guys follow me over on X, or do you guys follow me over on Stocktwits? What do you think will be the next best investment? Guys, well, we have space. People say, Dek, I actually think space exploration or putting satellites up into space is going to change the way people live forever. Well, guys, what about Rocket Lab? Rocket Lab has gone from $5 all the way up to $47. Dek, I think quantum computing is going to be the next Tesla like 2019, or be the next AI of NVIDIA in 2023. Well, hey, I think IONQ is going to be it. Quantum computing getting in right now. Or, guys, it's going to be nuclear like OKLO. OKLO, Dek, I can't believe it. 10 years from now, it's $1,000 per share. It's at 117 right now. Okay. Or maybe it is going to be self-driving cars and Tesla's going to lead the way, right? Or maybe it could be, Pony AI. Right? Pony AI, that's a self-driving vehicle company. Or Aurora, that's a self-driving company vehicle, right? Well, there could be a million other things, right? So the thing is, what I want you guys to understand is when we have some of these revolutionary ideas, we have not 100% spikes. We're talking thousands of percent spikes. And you know what? We had, basically, if we had to go through the list here, traders, since 2019, we started off with Tesla plays, right? Tesla went absolutely crazy. What happened after 2019? What started going crazy? I would say a lot of cryptocurrency plays went crazy, but I would also say like NFTs. Do you guys remember NFTs back in 2021? That was a fun time, right? So we basically had, I'm going to say Tesla. Then we went to meme stocks like GameStop, right? We had Tesla, GameStop. Then we went over to like NFTs. And we saw a lot of like crazy NFT spiking. And I remember a lot of art stocks would go on big time rips and runs. Then we started progressing more over towards, AI. Then again, of course, we had NVIDIA go crazy. We had NVIDIA chips, or again, any sort of chips, SMCI go crazy. We also started seeing data centers, right? We've seen so many different data centers go on big time spikes, and like NBIS, that's, these type of plays go crazy. And now we're kind of in a little bit of like a limbo area of what is next. Like, could it be those wearable, glasses like Meta? Meta's been on a, amazing run. And that, could it just be some sort of like those medical, glasses that we wear? Did anyone check out the brand new Ray-Bans that, you're texting and everything from your eyes? It's like, what the heck is going on? You know what I will say? I would rather, I guess, have those. Yeah. One thing I hate, this is more of a personal preference thing. I hate that even I catch myself doing it, looking at my phone so often, that I feel like, again, this is like somehow like a drug, where it's just like you're sitting there and you're staring, and it's like you're not even living a life. You're just like staring at a phone 24/7. And then again, you put your phone down and then you're staring at a monitor. And then again, you go ahead and you watch a TV. And then you pick your phone back on up. And it's like you're staring at phones and monitors like 24/7. I hate that, right? But I do hate just always bending my neck and turning it on down. Hey, maybe again, if we're wearing glasses and it's just like little pop-ups coming out the side and the corners, I guess that's better than me just holding it like this. I don't know. It's a love-hate relationship sometimes with technology, It's a love-hate relationship every now and then. What did we say about DWTX, guys? DWTX, this was just going to be annoying for the next, whatever, 30 minutes, just because it's going to keep floating around that 9:30 mark. Yeah, drone companies and batteries, absolutely. So we got a lot of hype over there. Guys, right now it is 8:28. Let's get back ready to rock and roll here. DWTX, again, that came out at 7:15 in the morning. That was the last press release they posted. DWTX exclusive worldwide royalty licensing agreement. DWTX is also the best press release today. If we take a look at the best press releases today, DWTX is by far the best press release. It goes from DWTX up, 73%, then drops on down to RDHL. RDHL did win $10 million, so that's why they're up over on RDHL. And then we did have JFB. JFB had private placement on Friday. So it doesn't have news today, but it did have a private placement on Friday. JFB, Friday news. DWTX, news this morning. RDHL, news this morning. So these are all the top gainers in all of the stock market. All three had news. JFB had news over on Friday, little heads on up. DWTX is still floating right around that 9:30 mark. So far, again, I've only had 2 trades for myself on this day. We have made, again, $575, though. Guys, DWTX is starting to get a little bit of a crack right now. Just cracking that 930 area. Might start seeing a little bit more of a sell-off. As you guys can see, the drop seems like it's a little bit more legit. We're getting a hard sell-off candle. 930 is now going to hold up as resistance. Now, with that being stated, something else could steal the show coming on up here. What do I mean by steal the show? We could possibly be seeing another play open on up with hot news, go on a big-time spike, go on a big-time move here. So let's see, guys. Right now, 8:30 is now out. Everyone watch Fox Runner here. Let's see if we get any sort of hot news. Let's see. I know you guys can't hear the voice alerts, but I will tell you if any voice alert comes on out. Waiting for that 9:30. And again, I only do low float plays, 20 million in float or under. So I don't get every press release. I just get, again, 20 million in float and under is what I'm looking for. Here comes a little bit of news. We have ARTL. ARTL did come out with positive phase 2. Positive phase 2 2025 cancer conference. Keep that one on watch. We have FTEL said they're going to be buying more Solana. Nothing there. We have SILC awarded $2 million. Nope, no volume there. So basically, again, we need volume to go into it. Usually a press release is going to give traders a reason to buy something, but we still need to see if the hype's going to go towards it. Right now, we're just watching and waiting. If you guys see anything, feel free to throw it on out there. We do have a few plays we are watching, though. SILC, no buying volume just yet. ARTL had a little bit of a pop. Yep, ARTL, guys, seems like it's where the most of the action's looking. So ARTL's right here. Positive interim phase 2 on cancer. So again, announces presentation on positive phase 2. But they're not saying, again, the data right now. They're saying they're going to go over the data at its upcoming society conference. So it showed consistent improvements on its weight. If we want to read this a little bit more, you guys can see it announces presentation on positive. So, I mean, it does have a good, credible press release. It's probably the best press release so far. ARTL, let's just keep our eyes peeled on this for the next few moments here, team. ARTL, next few moments, keep your eyes peeled on it. It might be able to hold on up, or it's going to just turn and dump if, again, buying volume does not move into it. So all eyes over on ARTL at this moment. Let's just stay ready on this one and just see if it gets any sort of hype. Other than that, we can see DWTX is starting to get a little bit of a crack. DWTX is starting to get a little bit of that fade, and DWTX is getting a little bit of that weakness. So again, ARTL starting to drop on down right here. DWTX also, again, letting go of 930. 930 is selling on off. If it does bounce itself back on up over on DWTX, 930 will be holding up as our main resistance line. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, other than that, though, we are coming on down to an end. I hope you guys were able to make some money if that was over on DWTX today. That was really the main play. We'll see what we get for the rest of the day. But I am going live over on tradecaster.com right now. Traders, if you guys want to come on over to Tradecaster, we have the lowest prices we have ever had in human existence. Traders, every single person does get a free 7-day pass. If you want to come watch me every single day, we do have a 500 member plus community. We have, again, every single member has access to our live stream, our chat room. Come on over here right now. Free 7-day pass. Enjoy it and sign on up so that you guys are all set. So free 7-day pass, ready to rock and roll. I also do see right now you guys are talking about MSS going on a nice rip and run. Woo! Guys, MSS is going on a pretty big spike right here, right up towards $5. Hold on a second, guys. Let's just, again, Stocktober, give me 2 minutes here. Let's see if this goes on any rip. Does anyone see any sort of news? I'm not seeing anything right now at this moment, but MSS did just go on a massive spike at this moment. I'm not seeing any sort of ginormous news. Does have an upper shadow starting to form. $5 strong resistance. Let's just see if we can get a possible quick trade here. We do have MSS. I want to see if there's any shares available to short. Let's go 3,000 shares available to short. Inquire all. 3,000 shares right here. Locate lowest. Are there no shares available to short? They are available. They're $208 though. $208 over on MSS. What's the news that you guys are seeing right now? I don't think there is a press release. Seems like there's tons of buying volume though moving in on this play. All right, traders, I'm going to be looking to trade MSS right now over on Tradecaster. I do just want to say thank you so much for everyone who has joined us on this day. You guys are amazing. Hit that thumbs on up. I appreciate you. Let's go live over on Tradecaster. Get ready to crush it. Get ready to make this money. Hey, Stocktwits, thank you so much. We got some work to do. MSS is taking on off. Let's get ready to make that money. I'll see you guys over on Tradecaster in a few minutes. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week.